I don't know about anyone else, but this was just the best Chuuni Season 2 episode I have seen. We finally get progression in the romance. Really, after 2 episodes that were good, but didn't really progress the romance and plot, this episode just goes to show you that Yuta and Rika are about to go over to the actual full-on lip-to-lip kissing. They trolled me at first in this episode. I thought I was going to end in this episode and probably review it being very pissed because the way we got to see that cliche interruption kiss scene when they were underneath the blanket. So at first I thought I was going to have to rage in this review. But then they turn it around, give freaking first-person animation view of Rika turning around and then running at Yuta, says Yuta, and then just kisses him. And I was like, yes! So this episode, man, it had those romance feels I love. Oh, I'm so glad Kyoani is wanting to actually put more romance in this series. This is what I love Chuuni for, because of the romance. Yes, I love the 8th grade syndrome, but getting to see how an 8th grade syndrome person is, like, evolving into someone that can actually truly understand a relationship, that is something I find very interesting with the character development. This episode, once again, as Kyoani always does, they have great freaking animation quality, so I really can't comment there, because they always have really good animation. We get some really awesome music. One of my favorite songs in this episode was definitely when they were underneath the blanket together and you saw the almost lip-to-lip kissing scene. And the animation, actually, speaking of animation earlier, the animation, that section alone, felt like it was even more high quality than any other scene in this episode. So that's what got me so thrilled. I thought they were actually going to kiss when the music just started playing, a new song. I was like, hell yes! And then all of a sudden they get interrupted by the freaking teacher, Maury Summers. I was like, no! But really, I had so much emotional feels in this episode. Even though it wasn't a lip-to-lip kiss, I will say, getting to see how Rika actually took the first step out of being just a completely shy girl into actually doing a kiss on the cheek to Yuta is progress, and I love it. A major freaking step. Now, what is next? Are we going to actually get them really doing a kiss lip to lip? I mean, what is going to happen? I mean, I wonder how this series is going to go from here on out. I mean, how's the romance going to develop? I mean, freaking Rika pretty much states to Yuta that the barrier between them, like the shyness, is broken down. And I love that. I love the meaning behind that, the way she used her Chuuni syndrome to be able to explain that, like, for instance, she no longer feels shy and she wants to progress her relationship with Yuta. And Yuta feels the same way. And then you gotta love the moment after they're done, like, getting a kiss on the lip. Yuta gets a kiss on the lip. You see freaking Nubitani just looking at him and do it like, like that and just laughing. I thought that was freaking great. And there was some really good pacing this episode. I mean, the pacing felt really good, the way they put out the events. I mean, I love the different comedy antics they try to do, especially Kumin Senpai. Oh, man, she's so freaking cute. I mean, when she tries to do those forced gags, okay? A lot of the gags she tried to do, like, we're using our stockings or whatever. I know I just butchered the entire joke, but she kept using, like, the way her movement actions were when she was in Yuta's house about, like, with her foot with her sock. I thought it was funny how she tried to use forced gags and nobody laughed. But, and actually, the way she did it made me laugh at her jokes just because of how corny it was. And seriously, I felt like this is, honestly, I will say it again, my favorite episode of Season 2, really. I mean, yes, I love the romance in the first and second episode of Chuuni, but this, damn. I mean, you gotta love the first-person view they chose to do in this. I mean, that really just made the emotional level even higher. When you just saw, like, there was gonna be no kiss. When you see them walking apart, I was like, this is adorable. But then all of a sudden, you see freaking first-person, freaking Rika turns around, and then you knew what happened after that. I was like, yes! I'll tell you, I squealed like a freaking fanboy. I was just so happy. I mean, seriously, I have so much happiness from this episode. I mean, hopefully next episode we don't have a crappy episode that'll be nothing but filler. I mean, I will go into the point again. Yes, the last 2 episodes kind of were filler, not really important in the series, but I, in my personal opinion, enjoyed them. So, hopefully they don't do it again in these next couple episodes. Hopefully now they get back on track and try to do actually just some really good developing of romance. Now, let's talk about another character, Sophia. Now, I got a little bit into her about from last episode, how she barely has any, like, screen time in this series. For instance, she's got introduced as a complete plot device to be able to, I guess, make the relationship between Rika and Yuta grow. But we didn't even see Sophia in this episode to be able to progress the romance. She was not even used. Personally, I'm starting to feel like Sophia is just a character just to be there, really. I think we're actually pitting Sophia and Rika against each other just to see how Sophia and Rika are so vastly different, where freaking Rika started from and to who she is now. That's pretty much like a comparison between the two, so I feel like that's really cool how they did that. But at this moment in time, Sophia seems to have no importance into Season 2. I'm going to be honest here. I mean, I have no actual attachment to her character. Yeah, she's a adorable character, but she feels just like Season 1 Rika, so I really don't care about her character, honestly. It's pretty much Rika with a new skin over. This episode, all in all, I say go watch it if you haven't seen it yet, because this episode is downright one of the best. Tell me what you think about this episode in the comments below. What you think about all those romance scenes, especially the freaking music build-up. What did you think about being trolled on that kissing scene? Y'all wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.